Demented Shaman.
Alright, hello guys and welcome. This is Bart13D Casting, and finally we have Rank 9 rejoining me as a cameraman today. This is a first round game in our 6th game replays tournament, leading up to that huge invitational 1K prize money tournament, like I said, leading up to that. You can enter on our forums, www.gamereplays.org. It's going to be great, and there's any way really to make it there. All you have to do is enter our weekly tournaments, get some wins, and you will definitely be invited as long as you get those quality wins. But right now, this is a first round game. Like I said, we have QS versus AGL. I'll start with bans here. We got QS banning Accursed, Blacksmith, Plague Rider, and AGL banning Chronos, Zephyr, and Hellbringer. And you see our first few picks here. For QS we got Demented Shaman, for AGL we got Slither and Corrupted Disciple. Now let's go back to the bans here real quick. QS I think has the smarter bans right now. We have Accursed, Blacksmith, Plague Rider, which is, we'll start with Accursed, a very good support hero, can almost negate any nuke power that happens early on, like CD's little electric tide there, one heal, and I'm pretty sure all the damage there is negated. The shield would protect against it as well. Next band is Blacksmith, strong band. He's got a lot of magic armor reduction. He's got that stun. The 4x multicast does a lot of damage when it comes time. And then Plague Rider, obviously, he's got that burst damage. He can nuke constantly, keep his lane back at the tower, and then his ultimate when it comes time they can force team fights and get a lot of damage done there. And let's go back to AGL here. We got Chronos, Zephyr, Hellbringer. Chronos and Zephyr, two okay bans. I mean, they're really strong heroes right now, and if they get a lot of money, they can tear through teams. I would agree with those two bans. Not really probably their better bans. Maybe something like a Tempest Vindy ban. Those bans are fine, though, overall. And then Hellbringer is a very good ban. He's got that huge crowd control ultimate. He's got the magic armor reduction, the slow, the nuke he brings. It's actually really powerful. Now I'm going to go back to QS, who is former HBB team. QS players, I would say, are some of the stronger players that I've seen in quite a while. They have a lot of synergy. They know how to work well together. I like them a lot, and I don't know. They're definitely my personal favorite team. But let's get into their actual picks here. We got Demented Shaman and Pestilence, a very strong lane. They got the heal, the stun power, to kind of really get a jump on that lane. And then we got Swiftblade Glacius, another strong lane. You got the Glacius hold, and then the Swiftblade spin can insta-kill anyone, basically. And then Orbwalk will get a solo mid, most likely, maybe a Forsaken Archer. And the reason for that being is that when we go back over to AGL's side here, they're going for a hard, solid pushing strat. You got Slither, Defiler, Ophelia, all heroes capable of tearing through towers, which I think doesn't really match up with their bans. Chronos, Zephyr can't really stop pushing games early on, but Hellbringer can. But maybe it was trying to avoid revealing their strategy. But so there's got the wards to keep lanes up. He can use that to damage towers really quickly. We have Defiler's ultimate. It's self-explanatory basically, as well as the long-range nuke to tear through creep waves. Ophelia, a great hero. She can go in the jungle, manipulate 5 creeps when she gets that Whispering Helm, and just charge towers. Those level 1 towers go down like water to Ophelia. And Corrupted Disciple, I think, is they're looking to just incorporate a carry into their lineup, and that would be the reason for that pick. Because if their push strat fails a little bit, they need to have something to kind of clean it up with later game. And there's another one there right there, Puppet Master, also a good pusher. He's got that Whiplash proc, just need to get some attack speed early on. And real quick, I know I said QS is a very strong team, but this AGL team is strong as well. They have IMPro and Valgav on their team. I believe those are two former High Clan players, maybe T7H or DOP, I believe one of those clans, something like that. But I have seen them play together before, and that name HMRAS is very similar as well. I think he played with them as well, whatever former team they were on. And this is going to come down to is AGL's pushing strat. If that is successful early on, then they will be able to win this game, because that bonus gold they'll get from all over will allow Corrupt Disciple, Puppet Master get huge
Let's get it on.
items early on, which is just ridiculous because Puppet Masters can tear through teams. But let's go back now. If it comes time to I forgot to mention, the last QS pick was Wretched Hag, so she'll solo mid and be a ganker for the most part. But yeah, like I was saying, Puppet Master and Corrupt Disciple, when it comes down to late game, I think they would have a slight advantage. It all depends on how Pestilence and Wretched Hag farm. I really consider, in my eyes, Wretched Hag to be a very strong ganker, but at the same time, she needs to get a lot of levels early on, so I find her to be more incorporated as semi-carry ganker, which, if she gets the right items, I've seen Wretched Hags tear through teams. I'm not a very high-skilled player, but I have seen it done before with the right items. So I like that final pick. I think QS has got a great lineup, but on the same note, I think AGL's got an excellent lineup as well, because they'll have Ophelia go in the jungle, Puppet Master CD get a free lane, and then you get Defiler Slither in the lane, maybe not. Okay, so we have CD Slither going top, which is a strong lane. They got the slow, and then Corrupted Disciples Corrupted Conduit can suck damage away and then allow him to deal more when it comes down time. Defiler solo mid, they're going to look to rush her ultimate and get her to tear through towers, which does make sense now that I actually think about it. We got Ophelia moving into the jungle, quickly upgrading to a winged courier there. She's got it under her command as well, so that's going to give it that much extra HP. And QS already on the offensive with wards. They're going to block one creep spawn and get bottom rune sighting, and it looks like they're going for an early gank mid here. We got Pestilence with haste, and Defiler's gonna get caught way off guard here. We got Demented Shaman coming in. Here comes Pestilence now. Comes in, there's the first stun. Wretched Hag is in, they're starting to do some auto attacks. There's the mini slow stun, and that's easy first blood for QS. That's gonna be Pestilence or block. Easy kill for them. Well played by QS. Lucky rune there for haste. I'm not sure if they would have gone for it anyways, but even if they did or didn't, they did get a nice kill there. That's going to give Pestilence a huge advantage in that bottom lane and farm. And starting out strong is my QS team. Like expected, we got Ophelia starting strong as well. She's got a creep here. And now we see Slither placing down a ward up top there. What a sight to block any creep pulls that are later to come. And one in the top rune as well. And I think really the lane that is provided up top by QS is not going to be so strong against Corrupted Disciple Slither, because the slow and the fact that they can steal so much damage up in that top lane is very phenomenal. And now it looks like I was wrong completely, as we have Corrupted Disciple spinning off the Glacius slow right now, and snags an easy kill there on Slither, and now he's aiming to get some damage on CD, but it doesn't look like it's going to be done. So I probably should have stuck with my first statement there when I said Glacius Swiftblade is one of the strongest lanes I've ever seen in this game, and that's the reason why right there. You got the slow, the stun, allows Glacius to keep up in levels, which for the most part I usually bash Glacius picks, but when you have a Glacius Swiftblade combo, it's amazing because Glacius is able to keep up in XP. Not really so much creep kills and denies, but see, look, they're already on their second kill right now, going for CD. Missing the spin, though, is Swiftblade. They managed to get a little bit of damage done there. Not a whole lot, but nice block right there. Look at the block right there from Glacius. Allowed him to get a little bit of extra damage off. Not nothing huge, but just that little bit of extra damage. Let's go bottom now. Pestilence could be in a bit of trouble as Ophelia came in to gank, but a perfect counter there by Pestilence to stun when he did. And now they're turning it around here as they're going for Ophelia. There's the flight proc and the stun. That's a Demented Shaman kill. Pestilence looking to survive right now. Pops his health proc, his health potion, so he can walk out a little bit easier. And Demented Shaman taking a beating from that Minotaur. There's the full HP buff there. And I think Pestilence is waiting to get a stun, and they're going to try and gank Puppet. But here he comes now. He comes out of the forest. He's got the stun, and now he's in a bit of trouble as the Minotaur does end up getting that stun. But it looks like Pestilence is going to be able to walk out. Actually, the Minotaur is getting some nice some blockage there. But the heal from Demented Shaman saved Pestilence, and now he's going to go back. So, great turnaround down that bottom lane by QS on that gank attempt by Ophelia. And Wretched Hag dominating this middle lane for the most part. He's got a little bit of an XP advantage there, and just juke. I'm gonna call that a juke, that Defiler nuke right there. So he's staying alive pretty well. I mean, when you play against a Defiler solo mid, she's got a lot of range and damage she brings out early on, especially with the Power of Death. That is her Power in Death. That's her third skill, which decreases the cooldown and mana cost of that first spell. And now that I realize it just hit me, actually, Defiler's a really good pick against Wretched, especially in the solo mid area, because that silence won't allow Wretched to blink escape.